Hi, happy Friday, guys. Thanks for joining me today on this Friday. I didn't give you any fair warning today, did I? I know, because I want today's project to be a little bit of a surprise. So last week we had done a really fun, beautiful card with the Earthen Textures bundle and the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper. So I told you I was gonna tell you how I use the cutout circle today. So that is part of what I'm going to share with you today. But before I get into all of that, I want to tell you what I have, I'd say tentatively, mostly planned for the rest of the fall. So I'm going to share with you my fall calendar because I know some of you have been asking, like, what are some of my upcoming events? Because I know that you're looking to place either your demonstrator pre-order for the holiday catalog, or you're shopping right now in the holiday catalog for when it goes live on September 6th. So let me go ahead. I'm going to flip my camera over and I want to share with you what I have coming up, and I'm going to show you the actual bundles I'm using, and I might show you maybe a sample project too. So as you know, the mini holiday catalog for the holiday season is going live on September 6th. That's when everybody can order from it. Right now, for those who are demonstrators, you can pre-order right now and get advanced access to these really fun products. So just to kind of share with you, I can't show you the inside, but I am going to share with you some of the bundles that I am planning to use. So right now, currently, I have open my holiday paper and ribbon share. So if you are interested in trying out each of the new papers and ribbons in the holiday catalog, the sign up is open from now until September 4th, at which time I will order all those products, I will cut them, and then I will ship them to you. So it's a great way to try out just a little bit of all those new papers and ribbons. So if you want to access that, just send me an email. If you're already on my email list, I did send an email link where you can actually register and pay right away. And so anyway, contact me if you have any questions about that. I know one of the things y'all like to know is, when is my next mystery box? Now, I will tell you, the Halloween mystery box is the one that I do with my team member Nathan Spear, because he loves Halloween, and so he always has some really fun ideas for Halloween. So he and I co-designed the Halloween mystery craft box. The registration for that is going to be from September 1st through September 15th. However, there is a limited number of boxes that we offer. So when they sell out, which they usually do, then the registration will automatically close. And then I plan to ship out the boxes by the end of September. Now, I will tell you, my email list does get early access to my mystery craft boxes. So to give you an idea, the bundle that we plan to use is the Tricks and Treats bundle. And it's got really cute stamps, and it also too has some really fun dies that go with it. That's just some extra I had. So that is the bundle for the Halloween mystery box. Now, this is not one of the projects, because my mystery projects are usually very hush-hush, but this is probably a live project that I'm going to show you how to make in September using this bundle. So anyway, that's just a sample project. It is not one of the projects for the mystery box. Then next I have coming up, these are all like back to back to back. I am doing a very cute Christmas series with my good Stampin' Up! Demonstrator friend, Melissa Faust. Some of you, I know, you know her and follow her. She just has such adorable projects. And so she and I have teamed up to co-design a really fun Christmas series for y'all. It is different. I'm going to give you more information when that comes along. But basically, it will be 10 weeks long. And each Saturday, we will email you a project sheet that is going to be separate from what I do weekly in my lives. And it's actually you can order ahead of time a project kit for all 10 projects for all 10 weeks. So I'll share more information about that later. But the two bundles that Melissa and I are focusing on, sorry, I have a lot here. It is the Very Cute bundle, which has the punch, and then the Merriest Trees bundle, and has a really awesome set of dies and stuff. Look how large those Christmas trees dies. I love it. So that is coming. The registration for that is going to be from September 15th through September 30th. They will ship or be available for pickup by October 9th. That is our date. Now, this is just a sample. It's not one of the projects, but this is just one of the samples that I made. Mine is the Berry Christmas. Melissa's is the Merriest Trees. And so this is just a sample I may share with you one week in a live. All right, next is our October Sweet Creations Club. I plan to use the Rustic Crate bundle. And this has been a really fun bundle. I've already designed all 5 of the projects and a couple to show you during lives. Now, this is not one of the projects for the club, but it is one of the projects I'm going to share with you how to make in a live during probably September, later in September. So that is another one. Then we have, this is going to be, it's called Bag of Bones. I'm going to do a promotional offer with the Bag of Bones bundle. Super cute. My team Make and Takes are going to feature this probably for September. This is a really, really fun set to use. And here's a sample. This is actually one of the projects that will be part of the promotional offer, which I will share more information later about that. But anyway, that's one of a sample. And then for November Sweet Creations Club, we have the Sending Cheer bundle. I actually just started designing with this morning. And here is one of the projects that I designed with it. Just made like a little cookie plate tin here, or like a pan with the gingerbread on it. So that kind of tells you kind of what I have coming up. Now, I do have a tentative thing, which I haven't quite firmed it up yet. I really would love to do something with this supremely awesome stamp set. Now, this is the other products and projects were some of the products that are in the holiday mini catalog, just kind of a little sneak peek there. But this one actually is in the annual catalog. And I think it would be really fun to do maybe a pizza party, like a bingo night or something, or this may be my December Sweet Creations Club. I'm toying around with that. I haven't figured that one out yet, but that is my calendar. And then, of course, every month I have a Stampin Bunco. Typically, it is the 3rd Tuesday of the month. However, in November and December, it will be the 2nd Tuesday of the month due to the Thanksgiving holiday. And then in December, when I'm traveling, I won't be able to have it the 3rd. So anyway, lots coming up. I'm going to include this calendar of events as a link in tomorrow's email, just so you kind of have an idea of what is coming up. All right, so all of that, whew, that was a lot. Anyway, kind of a quick sneak peek of the holiday catalog there for you. Now, I wanted to let you know who the share prize winner from last week's share, and that is Lisa Sharkey. I don't know if you're on, Lisa, but Lisa, I do have your mailing address because I just sent you something recently. So she is going to get a pack of the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series pack, as well as the card that we made last week. So Lisa, I will get some happy mail out to you soon. All right, so for this week's share, I have a fun packet of the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper. I hopefully can mail it to you as 12 by 12, but it is possible depending on the postage. I may have to split it in half and send it 6 by 12. So if you click on that share button, whether you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, and then comment share, that will let me know that you have shared today's video and who to enter into the drawing. Now, you do need to be in the United States in order for me to be able to send you happy mail if your name is drawn. All right, let me kind of clear some things out of the way. So remember last week we made the card and I had cut out this circle and I said, okay, I'm going to share with you this week what we're going to do with this circle. All right, it's not a big deal. I'm making a tag out of it. I know you're like, oh, Debra, all that hype for nothing. Okay, so, but it's what the tag is going on. That's the cool thing. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to take that circle from last week and I'm going to assemble it first because I already have everything cut out, but I will tell you how I did this kind of border here and I'll come back to that shortly. So what I'm going to do is I die cut out from the Earthen Textures bundle. I stamped in Berry Burst ink. I stamped the stalks. You know me, I don't know my names of my foliage. So I stamped on Berry Burst cardstock. And so I am going to I'm going to take that off. You know me, I can't stand all that extra there. And this one I think we determined was a fern, right? Thank you, Bonnie. And so I die cut this out in the Lost Lagoon cardstock. Again, snip that off. And then this was like just a little fringe there, a little stalk in vellum cardstock. So I am just going to adhere these pieces together, and then we're going to put them on our circle. Let's see, kind of gauge here what I want it to look like. We'll do that. Add a little bit. I know some of y'all are like wondering, what is the deal with the screwdriver? I will share with you shortly. I will tell you. It's a fun project. And the calculator and the ruler. Okay, so there we go. So we have that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this up with a dimensional. Or dimensionals, I should say. All right, got stuff everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here, and that is my tag. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to punch a hole at the top. And then I'm going to add a little bit of bling from our adhesive backed sequins trio pack. I'm going to add some of these really pretty little sequins here. All right, so I'm done with that. Y'all want to see what this is actually going to go on? All right. So, well, before I do that, I know I'm such a tease, aren't I? All right. So before I do that, I wanted to share with you what I did to get that accent right there at the bottom. So in the stamp set, in the Earthen Textures stamp set, there's this really long pot. So what I did is I took the Berry Burst ink pad, and I'm going to just take it and put it on its side so it's horizontal. And then I'm going to stamp just part way. That way you get a really cool little accent for your tag right there. And then I just came in with the Layering Leaves stamp set, stamped my sentiment. So anyway, just really kind of a little tip there. All right, let me show you what this tag is going to go on. All right, so I have not made one of these in probably 4.5 years, but this was a team gift that I gave to my team when they were much smaller. And it is just a really fun little case. Now, we do sell the stamp cases in the catalog or online, and they come 4 to a pack. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add on this cute little handle and decorate it up. This pattern right here comes from the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper. It was one of the designs I was determined to figure out how to use this paper, and I thought that this project would be a great way to do that. Now, just a little tip, it holds all kinds of things. You can use it to hold embellishments. It does fit the 10 pack of the color family markers, the new markers, and plus 2. I'm sure it would hold the other style too, but it holds them nicely without the case. You can put, if you have a team, you can make this as a cute little team gift for them, add a little notepad and a pen. Anyway, just let your imaginations go wild with how you can use this. But it's just really fun to be able to carry it. So let me show you how we're going to make that and how all of those tools come into play. So the first thing I'm going to do is find where I put, here it is. Here's my case. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take a stamp case. Now, if you are doing this for the first time, what I'm going to recommend you do is that you use an old stamp case, one that may be a little beat up. That way you can practice on it. And also too, I want to give you a little bit of fair warning. So you need for this project, you need to have fairly steady hands and that are fairly strong. So if you have trouble with cranking manually the die cutting machine, this might be a project that you may need a little bit of help with, at least for adding the handle part. The rest you should handle no problem, but just in case, I don't want you hurting yourself. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to get my little quick reference here for you, and it is called a craft carrying case. And we are going to start off with a piece of Berry Burst cardstock. Now this measures 7 inches by 10.5. And then what I did is I scored at 5 and then again at 5.5. And that is going to be where my spine sits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my case all the way up. We're going to insert this piece into this little sleeve here of our case. Just really easy there. Then what I did is I took the piece of the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper, and this piece measures 5 by 7 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it in the front right here, just to give it a little bit of color. Now, you can glue it if you want. The reason I don't glue it is so that I can switch this out as I would like to, as my mood changes, or as maybe I get in some pretty new paper and I want to showcase it. So what I like to do is I just like to slide it in there because it holds really nicely. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add this handle. Now, to be able to figure this out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take a ruler. This is where the ruler comes in. And you're going to want to measure your cardstock, which we've already determined is 7 inches wide. And so we're going to mark with a little Sharpie. We're going to mark the halfway point. So half of 7 inches is 3.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just put a quick little tick mark at 3.5 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is just a basic plastic handle, like a drawer handle or like a cabinet handle. You can usually find these at like your local hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's. The ones that I bought actually came from Amazon. Now I did notice on Home Depot that they do have these, but they're like different measurements. So what you're going to want to do, depending on which one you buy, you're going to want to make sure that you measure your in between, your center to center point. So you're going to want to take your ruler and figure what is the center of your holes. And for me, it is 3 3/4 inches. So that's where the calculator comes in. So 3.75, which is 3 3/4 divided by 2 is 1 7/8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from my midpoint and I'm going to mark again at 1 7/8, just a quick little dot. And then I'm going to do the same thing from the other side of the midpoint. And I'm going to put another dot. Now, before I punch any holes at all, we want to double check, take and make sure that our little tick marks line up with the center of our holes. Otherwise, we won't have it aligned properly. Now, next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, in the center, take like something like a paper piercer, something sharp, carefully, very, very carefully, poke a hole in the center of your spine close to or where your tick mark is for the center points. Now I'm going to tell you, I went ahead and I poked mine ahead of time because I do not want to poke myself by accident. And so what you're going to do is you're going to carefully and slowly just poke a hole right there in the plastic. I'm going to rotate it so I got good position. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, poke a hole. And that way, that's the holes that my screws can go in. Now, when I'm done, I can take like a quick little alcohol wipe and just wipe off my tick marks. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take those screws. Remember the screws that I was showing you? And we're going to, from the inside, we're going to screw in our handles. Let me see if I can find my screwdriver. Now, getting this started is a bit tricky. And so let's go ahead, we're going to get that started. Now, I will tell you, these are 1/2 inch machine screws. Just something my husband had in his toolbox, so I went ahead and I used them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just line up the hole for my handle on the spine, and I'm going to screw it in part way. I don't want to completely do it. And then I'm going to take the other screw, and we are going to screw in the other part of the handle. Has anyone ever made these before? These are like super, super fun to make. Like I said, I made some for my team for an on-stage gift one year. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tighten these up. I'm going to hold the handle and get it nice and tight. There we go. All right, so now we have our carrying case. And then I'm going to take my tag. I'm going to take some of the Lost Lagoon ribbon. We're just going to run some through the hole that I made at the top. And then we're going to tie it off here onto one of the handles. Now, actually, I had made these when I made it for my team. I actually had made it with the larger wood block cases. Does anybody remember those? They were much wider, and so you're able to fit more in, but these are really cool. You can do some different things. You could put like a little collection of cards or some little thin treats. You could maybe even put in a card and like a gift card to give somebody for a birthday. All right, guys, so I hope that y'all like this project. I did want to let you know that I will not be here live next week. I'm going to be attending the Stampin' Up! Backstage Leaders Conference. So if you need to get a hold of me, I will be periodically checking my email and messages. But if I'm kind of slow to respond, it's probably because I may be in the middle of something. I may be in one of the, the convention, and I may not be able to get back to you right away. But I will get back to you. Just be patient with me. And guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you liked today's project. Now, if you want to do more with the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper, I do have my Sweet Creations Club for September is open, and it makes a really cute little card storage case with 6 cards. So anyway, the information, I'll post that here shortly for you. I think it's already maybe here in the post. And so guys, take care, and y'all have a wonderfully blessed weekend, and we will see you in September. Take care. Bye, guys.